Hey guys, this is Mary, and my family assessment is going to be used with the Pseudo family, Peppa Pig's family. So this is the Peppa Pig family composition table. So you have Daddy Pig, who's the father. He's 43 years old. He is married. He has a bachelor's in business, and his occupation is a regional manager of a grocery store. And then you have Mama Pig, who is the mother. She's 42 years old. She's married. She has a bachelor's in finance, and she's an insurance agent. And then we have Peppa Pig, which is the eldest daughter. She's 20 years old. She's single. She's in her highest level of degree is in high school. She's currently a college student, and her occupation is student, and she's also an equestrian. For Georgina, which is George from Peppa Pig, but she's a girl. So Georgina, she is the youngest daughter. She is 10 years old. She is also single. She is in elementary school right now. Her occupation is student, and then she does do dancing on the side. So we're just going to list it as an occupation as well. So for Peppa Pig's family background, their home and neighborhood background, they live in a 4-bedroom and 3.5-bath house. They live individually off of a highway. They had previously lived in a neighborhood in Central Louisiana before building their dream house in Pride, Louisiana. For security and alarms, they use ADT security alarm, and they also have a Ring doorbell at their entrance. They do have functional smoke and carbon monoxide alarms. And in their backyard, they have a small flower garden with an outdoor kitchen on the patio overlooking a pool, and at its deepest, it's 6 feet. And they also have a small pond in their backyard. They live 15 minutes away from the youngest child's school. The eldest child no longer lives at home, so she lives in a different house. For family history, they're a nuclear step family. They're part of the upper middle class. They're Christian. Peppa was born in 2002, and Georgina was born in 2012. Peppa's birth mother is not Mommy Pig, but Peppa's birth mother is no longer in the family picture. So for Peppa Pig family genogram, for Peppa's birth mother, there's not a lot of history on her. She was a narcotic abuser, and that's one of the reasons she's estranged, so don't really know any health background on her. But her mother died of breast cancer in 2021, and her father was diagnosed with heart disease, and he was also a smoker. He passed away in 2010. For Peppa herself, she's been diagnosed with anxiety, IBS, ADHD, thalassemia minor, and hypothyroidism. Peppa's father is pre-diabetic, and he's also been diagnosed with gastritis. His father is diabetic, and his mother has sciatica and a history of breast cancer. For Georgina, which is Daddy Pig and Mama Pig's daughter, she currently has no medical or health history diagnosis, and Mama Pig is diagnosed with ADHD. Her father is a smoker. He doesn't have any known health history that could be gathered from the family, but her mother is diagnosed with hypertension, and she is also diabetic. As you can see from the key, the circles are the female, with the squares is the male. If it has a line, they're divorced, which is Daddy Pig and his first wife, other pigs, and then deceased for other pigs, 2 parents. So the Peppa Pig family eco map, these are just a few of the things that they spend most of their time on. So Mama Pig's work, there is a conflict between there as far as time and effort for Mama Pig. It's a pretty stressful job. She has moved up in the company and developed more of her own personal hours, but there still is a small conflict between them. As far as Daddy's Pig work, also a conflict. He works actually about an hour from where they live. He works out here in Hammond. And there's a relationship that the family has with the work, but there isn't really any interpersonal relationships with the work and the family. For Georgina's dance classes, they have a strong relationship, and often, Mama Pig has said often that parents and teachers from dance class will take care of the kids and pick up each other and whatnot. So they have a pretty good relationship there. And as far as friends, they do have numerous friends, the kids and the parents do. For grandparents, Mama Pig isn't very close with her grandparents. She doesn't speak to them that often. And Daddy Pig has a pretty big conflict with his grandparents, directly kind of revolving around his second wife and the wife that he's with right now. They do have a relationship, and Georgina actually moved in with these grandparents when she graduated high school. They are a part of a non-denominational church. They help each other out. They're very useful. They have group meetings and just kind of a good church environment. And so they have a good directional relationship there. And then Peppa's school, she is in college, so there's a little bit of conflict with time and management. It is a strong relationship, but it's usually just her with the effort of the school. So for Duvall's developmental level of the Peppa Pig family, they are in stage 3, family with school-age children. Peppa is no longer in the house, but Georgina is a school age and she attends an elementary school at private school. Georgina participates in dance class and is on the cheerleading team at school. Her parents provide guidance by allowing her to develop her own nighttime routine, choosing what she wants to spend her days off doing. However, they do give her a good amount of guidance because she's 10 years old, and sometimes 10 years old can't make the right time priority decisions and what should come first. So they encourage her to develop healthy habits that need to be instituted when they're at a younger age. So for the Peppa Pig family communication patterns, Daddy Pig is a dysfunctional sender. He often relies on his own individual thoughts. He's not very big on expressing his concerns or opinions because they often lead to disagreements and arguments with Mama Pig, and he would prefer to avoid those. He is, however, a functional receiver. He does listen very well, and he can institute things that he's been told into his life as far as what Mama Pig and Georgina, since she lives at home, still says. For Mama Pig, she is a functional sender. She gets her point across. She is very good at communicating how she feels. However, she is partially dysfunctional receiver because she doesn't really listen and ascertain what other people are trying to tell her as often. For Peppa, she is a functional sender and a functional receiver. She takes time to listen to each other's feelings and also to explain herself and how she feels. She easily can communicate between feelings through words and body language. For Georgina, she is a functional sender and a partially dysfunctional receiver. She's still at a young age, so disobedience and rebellion seem as a cool idea. So if her actions don't positively influence her directly, she has a difficult time actually completing them. So like chores, different things around the house, just things that won't just affect her in a sense. As far as Peppa Pig's family power base, Daddy Pig is resource and informational power. So he actually works multiple different jobs, or he has in the past before he had the job that he's at now. So he's very informative on different things like real estate, electrical, appliances. He just has a lot of information at his disposal. For resource, he does provide income, and he has advices on management of spending decisions. For Mama Pig, she's a resource and referential power. She works in insurance, so she also brings in her own income, and she does have a good knowledge of money. And then for the referential power, she is sympathetic towards her children. She's a good role model for her children, or for the child that's still in the house. And Georgina often looks to her to make her decisions. For Peppa, she is a rewards power. She's unable to directly benefit the family, and so she reacts off of acting good and receiving things. She's in college and she works, but she also doesn't live at home, so she doesn't really have anything to add. As far as Georgina, she is also a rewards power. She is still young and school age and unable to give much to the family, so she works off of reinforcement and purpose from her parents and her older sister. She knows that good behavior leads to good rewards. So for a Peppa Pig family role structure, for informal roles, Mama Pig is a caretaker, family coordinator, and encourager. She takes care of the house and the child. She's very anal, so she likes things to be done her own way. So she's very good at planning like family events and events with friends. And she's often encourages her youngest daughter, Georgina, to try new things and just practice at dance and other extracurriculars that she partakes in. For informal roles of Daddy Pig, he's a caretaker, encourager, and compromiser. He provides resources for the family, and he also helps take care of Georgina. But he is also more on the compromising side, as in he just kind of goes with the flow, and really whatever Mama Pig decides is what he aims for. Peppa Pig is also a compromiser. She is able to make plans she is able to compromise with her family, and just basically, just like Daddy Pig, kind of go off of what Mama Pig wants, and whatever the situation is, she's very lenient. And then for Georgina, she's a follower, so she's she's unable to make her own decisions due to her young age, so she kind of just goes with whatever the family does. For formal roles, Mama Pig is a provider, housekeeper, and childcare. Daddy Pig is also provider and childcare, and Peppa Pig is child socialization, and Georgina is parent investment and slightly child socialization. Georgina's able to make plans with her friends, but she still needs parental approval and transportation, so that makes her only partially child socialization. So Peppa Pig family values is to treat others with kindness and always strive to be better than you were the day before. They have a saying that some of you might have heard. They say, good, better, best, never let it rest until your good is your better and your better is your best. So they believe that consistently improving yourselves improves your environment and the people around you. They also say you attract what you portray. So emanating a positive and hardworking lifestyle attracts people who share your beliefs and goals and encourages a happier and healthier day-to-day environment. And for the treating others with kindness, they quoted a Bible verse to me, and whatever you do or say, do it as a representative of the Lord, giving thanks through him to God the Father, which is Colossians 3:17. They always strive to show kindness through the love of Jesus and the love he has shown their family. Their faith covers all walks of life and consistently guides someone how to live. So they rely on their faith a lot, and then also in just hardworking and doing what you can to get what you want. So for Peppa Pig family health care, Daddy Pig's health insurance did not cover the whole family, and so, Daddy Pig's health insurance covers the whole family. Mama Pig's health insurance did not. There's a lot of benefits that they were not receiving, so they used Daddy Pig's insurance. Peppa, however, has Medicaid that she obtained when she moved out of the house. Both children are up to date on immunizations, and both children receive annual checkups. Peppa actually goes to the doctor every 6 months for thyroid and thalassemia blood work. So family stressors and coping. Their short-term stressors are construction on the new house they were recently building. Long-term stressors is Peppa's birth mother and financial issues related to Peppa's birth mother and her grandmother. Her birth mother actually stole all of the money that she was supposed to inherit from her grandmother, so they had to go to court. So it was a pretty big deal, and it takes years to get that kind of stuff, so they're still going through that. They also have job stress and stepmother-stepdaughter conflict. That Mama Pig and Peppa Pig do not have the best relationship. It is very, very difficult, so that is something that's a stressor all the time for everyone involved. Some internal coping strategies is family problem solving and encouraging internal discussion, and some external coping strategies is spiritual support through church and regular scheduled activities with friends. However, their internal coping strategies usually aren't effective because not everyone in the family participates. So there is that. And then here's their actual NANDA diagnosis. Diagnosis is strained marital relationship related to ineffective communication tactics. Goals is the parents will have effective communication network within 6 months. Some intervention is encouraging couples counseling and giving resource information. Also educate the parents on importance of communication representation for their children, and the parents should attend couples counseling once a week for 3 months, and then as needed once effective communication strategies have been decided.